Hi guys, it's Sandy from Urban Rebel Designs in Aztec, New Mexico. I just wanted to jump on for a few minutes and give you a cute little project that you could work on with your family during the holidays. We're going to be making these cute little vintage looking Christmas ornaments today, and I'm going to take you through really quickly how I did that. So I have already started painting one right here. I just poked a hole in a styrofoam cup after I took the top off of it and set it in the styrofoam cup to make it easier for me to paint, and that way I don't get paint all over me like I just did. So what we're going to do is, these are just regular clear glass Christmas ornaments. It also works equally well on the little plastic ones that you can get. And we're going to be using today the Iron Orchid Design or IOD molds. And please forgive me for this one being so dirty, but I've already started a mold in here. What I use for these is the quick setting paintable, make sure you get the paintable silicone caulk, and you just gonna squirt it into your mold, and then I take a craft stick and just smooth off the top and remove the excess. I will let these sit at least overnight. It is the quick set. If you get the regular, you may have to let it sit for a couple of days. But what I'm going to do here is, I have a mold that has already dried, and I like to use crazy glue to glue them on because I don't want to run the risk of them popping off, especially if little hands, or if you're like me and have dogs, they get hold of them. And then all we're going to do is, after we get that glued on, you'll have to hold it for a couple of seconds for it to keep its shape. We're just going to take, I'm using buttercream today, and I have poured it into a little cup. You never want to paint directly from your jar. If you do that and you're painting on something that has a little bit of dust or dirt on it, you could contaminate your paint. So I always pour a little bit out. I have already dampened my paintbrush, and we're just going to start going over this. And this one is just a little plastic ornament. I think I probably got them at Big Lots after Christmas last year. And so we're just going to put a coat of paint on, and we will let that dry. Now you may have to dab just a little bit to make sure that you're getting good coverage around your mold. And then we're going to set this aside and let it dry. If you're doing this on glass or the plastic and all you're doing is the paint, then you may want to do 2 coats. You may like the way it looks without doing 2 coats, and that's fine. I'm going to move on to this one that I've already prepped. I've already glued my mold on. Pardon the paint on my thumb. I've done 1 coat of paint on it, and I did a layer of crackle. So for this one, I'm going to go over the top of it with Dixie Belle's Yankee Blue. If you would do me a favor and like and share this video, I would greatly appreciate it. If you like and share this video and go to the Chalk Mineral Paint Enthusiast page and like it, you can be entered for the chance to win an 8-ounce jar of paint in your choice of colors. Dixie Belle will be picking the winner after this live is over, so hurry and do that and then come back. So I'm going to use Yankee Blue. Blue is one of the big colors this Christmas, and I'm just going over this where I crackled it, because we want to give it a really, really good aged finish, because we're trying to replicate a vintage ornament. So give me just a second. While I'm getting this paint on, I want everybody to tell me one thing that you're thankful for this year. I'll share with you a couple of things that I'm thankful for. Of course, I'm thankful for my husband and my 5 dogs. But this year, I'm especially thankful for my assistant. I feel very blessed to have her. And I'm very, very blessed to have some good friends who are here helping me out today. So I also have, when I can set this down, I'll show you. A good way to let these dry is to have some sort of dowel rod or something that you can set them on. I showed you the styrofoam cup with the hole in the bottom of it. It's turned upside down. That makes a good base for it. Or if you're lucky like I am and your husband will build stuff for you, I have this nifty little board that he just drilled some holes in, and I put some dowel rods so I can set this over here, and we'll let it dry, and then I'll show you the crackle in just a few minutes before we leave, so don't let me forget. Also, if you have any questions, please post them on here. I'll try to get to them during the live. If I miss any, I will go back after it's over, and I promise I will answer all of your questions. Another thing that you can do with these ornaments that's gorgeous is I'm going to patina this one. Now I have glued my IOD mold on it, and I've done one layer of the iron patina, and I'm going to reach down here and get it and do another layer, and then we're going to spray the heck out of it. Let me get this open. When I use the patinas, I like to use a chip brush. It gives me a little more texture. So I'm just going to use a chip brush while I'm putting the patina on this one. And there's no rhyme or reason with how I'm going to do this, because I'm going to go back after I get it covered, and I'm going to dab to get some more texture. This is the iron patina, so when we put the spray on it, it will rust. So I want it to look sort of grungy. So I'm just dabbing it with my brush and creating a little bit of texture. You always want to make sure that your jar of patina has the lid on it before you start spraying, because if you get any spray in it, your jar of patina will patina. So I'm going to use my handy dandy little styrofoam cup, and I'm going to put this on it. And I'm using the green spray because I want to create a rust finish, and I'm just going to spray and let it run. Now it takes the iron patina a little bit longer to show up than it does the copper or the bronze, but that's okay. We're just going to set it aside. And another little trick that we can use to fancy up our ornaments is, I like to take, let me find it, some gator hide, and then I have some mica powder. You can probably order mica powder on Amazon, or you may be able to get it in your local craft store. And the mica powder that I'm using today is pearl. Can you see how glittery and pearlescent that is? It's beautiful. So I am just going to take a little bit of gator hide and pour it in with the mica powder. And basically what I'm doing is creating my own glaze. And you'll be able to see it here in just a second. It's really cold here in New Mexico today, so forgive me if I have a little bit of a sniffle. So what I have done here with the mica powder and the gator hide is I've created my own pearlescent glaze, and we're going to take the original one that I showed you, and we're just going to go over the top of it with this. So I need to rinse off my brush. Give me just 1 second. Here we go. And I'm just going to glaze over the top of this. And you can see what a gorgeous sparkle that gives it. So you can go as country and homey or as glittery and sparkly as you want to. And just this quick, you have your own personalized vintage Christmas ornaments. Let's go back and look at the one that we crackled. I'm gonna stick this over here. I have some dowel rods over here on the side where I'm letting them dry. But I wanted to show you this one that has crackle on it because, can you see the crackle? It's turning out gorgeous. And if we want to, we can take some of the pearl glaze and go over it too. Dixie Belle also has some gilding waxes that we can use. So see the difference that it makes when you use the pearlescent glaze over the crackle. That one is just gorgeous. Let me check on our patinaed one. It's not quite turning, it's starting to turn. Give it a little more spray. And I think I'm going to use the bronze gilding wax, don't roll off, just to highlight our mold on this one. I don't know if this is going to show up very well on the camera, but this is gorgeous. See how that just highlighted the mold on that? So that's just a really quick, easy project that you can do with your family or you can do on your own. It's a great project if you're just starting out and you have your first Christmas tree and you don't have a whole lot of ornaments to put on it. It's really nice and inexpensive. I wanted to add that you can also use the Best Dang Wax to highlight any of the areas that you would like. I'm going to go back and show you the one that we patinaed, and like I said, it's going to get all over me. It's just now beginning to rust, but this one, when it comes out, will look like a cast iron ornament. I think it'll be beautiful. If we want to, after the rust comes up and it dries, we can go in with some gilding wax and add to the highlights. But I just wanted to hop on, say hello, happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget to join the Chalk Mineral Paint Enthusiast page. Don't forget to like and share this video. Again, I'm Sandy Harbor. I have Urban Rebel Designs in Aztec, New Mexico. And today we made Christmas ornaments. Thanks for joining us. Bye.